Duggan's Polka. Simplified version, it might seem a little shallow, but that's okay. It's just a good way to get your feet wet as you play with other violinists who are doing the main line. This keeps your ear open and you'll start listening for the inside notes. And before long, you'll be playing the real McCoy. All right. Now, let's break it down. We're going to use the simplified fingering for this. It starts out fairly simple indeed because you're using your pointer finger on the first tape of two different strings, E1 and D1. E1 is an F sharp, D1 is an E. Okay, so we're going to start on an E1, cross to open A, back to E string 1, back to 1, now cross to D1. That's your first line. That's a quarter of this piece. Try her again. Cross. Second line. Very similar to the first. In fact, it's easier. That's open D. Let's try both lines. Start at the beginning. F sharp. You can leave your pointer down. You don't need to mess around with it. As long as it's not touching the A string, you're fine. Third line. This is where you're using your second finger and your third finger. We're starting on an F sharp. This is a D2. Do you see that? The other fingering that you're going to know that might, trip you up is an A3, which is also it's called a D. Okay? So these two notes, those notes are going to be the ones that are going to be demanded of you, okay? So if you can just practice those two notes would be great, okay? Here we go. We're starting on the F sharp. That's a D2. Again. Open A. 3. Second half of that line, it's going back down. Cross to 2 and 1. That might be a lot to digest for beginners at first, but we take it slow. Take a breath. D2. Open A. A3. Now we're going to go backwards. Open A. D2. 1. Bottom line, last part, folks. D2. Open A. 3. and then back down again. And open. Now, let's try the whole thing. Okay, start on, that's going to be an F sharp, E1. A open. I'm going to repeat it. Open. 2 on D. 3. 2, 1, 1. Again. And what I did at the end, I just played 2 strings open. Whether or not you want to do that, it's up to you. Let's say you want to play more of the real line. You're going to think that you're going to have to use a lot quicker fingering, which is true, but well executed, well thought out fingering is not going to be so crazy as you think if you can plan it right. Take a look at where my fingers are. I have an F sharp, that's an E1, and I have D, which is an A3. Take a look at those 2 notes. It feels awkward. Okay, you can even play them together. Okay. If I can play those 2 comfortably, the line is going to come to me easily. Open A, back to 3. If you can do that, that is a big part of this piece. Here we go. E1, A3, open A, 3, E1, A3, open A, 3, 1, cross to D2. Let's do it again. Oh, we're going to go on. It's the same. E1, A3, open, 3, E1, 3, open. Now we're going to cross again. 1, open, D2, open, open. Okay? Let's try that all together. Set it up again, go. Three, 1, O, cross to 2, open. And we'd repeat that. Let's go to the second half, okay? Second half, we're gonna start on a D2. That's an F sharp. Open, 2, open A, 3, open E. This is the fun part. 1, lowered 2. Now what does that mean? Basically, it means it's not on the tape. It's lower than that. It's in between the first and second tapes. You know you'll get it dead on if your middle finger is touching your pointer. So I'm going to do this. One, two, one, open. And you can do it in one bow stroke, meaning you can play all those notes doing a down bow. Okay. Start at that half again. D2, open, 2, open A, 3, open. Now we're going to cross to D2, D3. 1, open, cross to D2, 1, 1. Now this is like that same section, D2, F sharp. 2, cross to A, open. 3, E, open. Here's that roundabout thing. Now you're going to play D, which is an A3. Okay. Let's try it all together. If this is too fast, you just keep on practicing until you can do it. So I'm going to start on E1. Repeat it. D2. Again. Repeat that section, D2.